Mcree of Trap Camp presents
Zombie Headquarters Radio.
Enjoy your reverence.
Trap Camp.
DJ Mcree.
Damn, son, who is this?
Gotta get right for the 100 swine. Hit a fuck nigga with a movie, that's 100 swine. Little nigga talking that shit, I got the plunger. Bruce with the bands, bitch, I'm Zeus with the thunder. Young swing, don't get no fucks, what you talking? Foot next and get more leg than the stockings. Mine on the money, man, you know I'm rocking. Bitch, don't try it, young swing, stay watching. Out and about, looking for where it's at. Don't play no games, but I'm playing with the sack. Don't get no fucks, what you think that I'm is. Running through the streets since I was a fucking kid. 2 chains on, cause I never had shit. Young swing did everything but quit. Used to keep this shit in the closet like a fit. Pull up searching for a nigga like a hit. Heard that they looking for a nigga. Heard that they looking for a. Heard that they say and a nigga ain't shit. Heard that they think a nigga ain't. Bitch, I be working.
This is Certified Trap. Give them something nasty.
What's Gucci? What is Gucci? What is good? I hate how, bruh. I'm not moving back today. Shit just gonna have to look ugly. I'll lower it a little bit. What's good? I'm over here focused. Earlier, I see we got one person in the chat over there at Twitch. What's up? I apologize if how is the audio as far as me talking, because I like the microphone to be close, but I don't want to be close to the microphone. Am I going to get cool points deducted if I do a live stream like that as a audio engineer, a music expert, a tech expert? Probably not. Yeah. So what we got? What are we doing this stream? All right. So I thought about some things, you know, because the MacBook M5 is out. Definitely want to talk about that. And then the Arturia Keystep 2 is, you know, they just announced that. And I kind of want to check that out, you know, as far as like the reaction type shit. For those who don't know, you got to do this. You got to do this. People are slowly figuring it out. But you definitely have to do this to keep the content going. Like it or not. Like it or not. Hell yeah. And of course we'll do like, oh, new gear reaction. What was the piece of gear? There was something else I saw. I think Andrew Huang, he had the joint. Yeah. I don't necessarily like to eat off of Andrew Huang or anything like that, but I do fuck with his content, so I'm obviously subscribed. Yeah. that man been so ghost, but he be working though. That much I do know. Homie be working. Check the credits, gang. Check the credits, gang. He's one of those for sure. But anyways, yeah. Didn't he come out with a second plugin or something like that? Transit 2 or something like that? The first Transit was fire. That much. I'm so glad. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah. We should have known. It was Andrew Huang. He wasn't gonna play around with that. And I think he had something to do with, it's a Beat Hawk, I think it's called. We definitely could check that out now on the MPC. Ooh. Hold on, let me write that down, bro. Let me write that down. Beat Hawk. Oh, hell no. Give me that. Yeah. Maybe I'm just gonna put this in my mental notes here. Yeah. Beat Hawk. Hell yeah. And matter of fact, iOS. Hell yeah, boy. That'll be a fun little adventure. You know? You gotta keep cost of production down, you feel me? Shit. Man, but how everybody doing though? Big shout out to the 25 people up in here on YouTube. Salute. Salute to y'all. Oh. Yeah. I feel much comfortable. I kinda and don't like this view, but hey, it is what it is. I had a dope ass view. Yeah, but that new MacBook, boy, that shit look like it's gonna go strong. At least if you make music. I don't know about all the other stuff, bro. I don't know if the gamers finally get the game. We'll find out. We'll find out because we gotta react to that video. I think it's Dave. Yeah, Dave. He's on the boards on that one. Yeah, and that was called like Apple. Let me see. Yeah, we got to do that first. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of housekeeping though. Keep it trill. This is my shield. So make sure you check us out at 16levels.com. The pin comment in the chat, or at least on YouTube, that is, it will lead you to this link right here. And I just been slowly divulging. I know, just slow rolling, or what they call dripping the content out. But I have so many different topics. As a matter of fact, I can actually look at them. I'm not going to say them, though, because, you know how the y'all folks is. The little quiet mofos be plotting. Y'all be plotting. Like, yeah. Then turn around and test someone's ass. But yeah, we have other master classes and stuff like that, too. You know, MPC Live, too. I need to add my clips video for that, but honestly, the clips video that I just released, dude, like that's good enough, man. I kid you not. That first, like, you really, clips just works about the same. The only difference between the clips on the MPC Live 3 is the Live 3 has the buttons to navigate. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, functionality wise, it's about the same. I will say that there's some things that's a little harder than others, but you know, it is what it is. If you're going to be stuck on the Live 2, then you already accepted the consequences of having the Live 2. And, you know, some people, they don't even use the stem separation. They have it, but they don't use it. And it's still usable on the Live 2, by the way. I mean, I've done plenty enough stuff in standalone where that shit was all right. I don't know. Speaking of like stem separation, boy. Oh, well, not necessarily stem separation, because it worked well on, it works well on the desktop, even in the beta version of 3.0. I don't know, man. I don't know. How should I treat, I have a genuine question that I'm probably going to ask you guys. I'm going to ask you guys. How should someone handle if there are multiple bugs in, it's multiple bugs in the software, multiple bugs with the hardware. How does one handle this shit? If they don't hear you, if they're not hearing you when you complain about it, and then, or they take their sweet time, and if people already put out their reviews and all this other stuff, and you know, everybody's saying positive, but you know there's something wrong with the shit. Do I make a video? I'm trying to be good. I promise you, I don't do a lot of this shit for clout. I do not. Matter of fact, my only clout as far as like trying to do stuff for you guys is just making tutorials, man. But when shit like that hits the fan, am I supposed to just keep it to myself, or keep on trying, or let you guys know that it's a problem and use my voice? You know what I'm saying? Which one do I do? Because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. It's to the point where I get phone calls. I get phone calls from paying customers. You feel me? How do I handle that? We need a stilt screen on the MPC Live 3. My neck, man. Nigga, if you don't get a whole entire nigga, if you don't get an MPCX or one of these right here, you need to get one of these stands from Analog Cases. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying that totally to be trolly. I'm not trying to hate on you or anything like that. I am giving a clear suggestion here. Now, I will, for the most part, pull it up because I like Analog Cases. I like that guy. You know what I'm saying? He works hard. You feel me? You know? I've had the honor of working with them in the past, and it's the stuff that he sells is useful, or the stuff that they sell is very useful. I'm going to keep it real with you. Analog Cases. This is the website right here. And I even F11 again. So analogcases.com. Now, they have this travel bag, this track bag. Dog, 100% want that. Definitely be do. Nigga, you better not be caught. Oh my God. I can only imagine if someone just gets caught lacking. Cause more likely you'll see one of the, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's foul. We ain't taking the stream there. But anyways, The analog cases, right? They have stands. So we go to the XTS stand system. They have this right here. Damn, I saw $30. $50 is not bad. I ain't gonna hold you. And they even have an MPC picture there. Like that shit. That right there, maybe not so great for shooting video, but you will have to set your camera higher, but then you sacrifice people not seeing your screen clearly. Granted, I am to the point to where it's like, look. If you're moving up to the MPC Live 3, you gonna have I'm almost on accurate level of like, bro, I'm just gonna tilt that screen. Now, I think a tilt screen on an MPC will look absolutely stupid. And there's people that sell that garbage. And if you want that garbage, you will go to this website. All right. So I'm giving y'all gems here. MPC stuff. Boom. Here we go. So if you want that tilt screen stuff right here, you're going to have to void your warranty. But they sell that. Let's go over here. Let's go to choose your unit. So MPC. I'm going to go to MPC Live 2 stuff. I'm pretty sure it was on the bottom with they had the MPC 1 right here. Yeah, so this is how it looks like on the MPC 1. There's your tilt screen. Your converter kit. It's an option. You can go ahead and do that shit. I'm not joining you on that run. I'll get to stand. That's just the way I feel. You feel me? Nothing wrong with this right here. I'm not saying that. But, my brother, you on your own. Ellis was good. What up, Dr. X? How's the audio when I'm away from the microphone? Is it bad or what? Y'all might have to deal with it. As long as y'all can hear me and, I'm not being drained by shit, because I could bring it up a little louder. But you hear that? I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. So that's why I'm not doing that. All right. So what? Okay. Audio sounds great. I love that. Love that, Dr. X. Mill, what's good? Welcome back. And thank you. That tilt screen it's ugly as hell. By design, it will be ugly as hell. You just make it. Yes, I get it. People do get crinks in their neck. Bro, I used to be hurting my ass off when I used to sit in my living room and make beats and chill with y'all. I'll be in pain. I'll be like, damn. Anyways, so we're going to keep this thing moving, bro. I don't know. I got all these buttons in front of me. I don't even know which button to push these days. So, all right, man. I think that's crazy. There's a lot of shit to talk about, man. And the AI music. Udio falls and Suno AI might be next. And that is dead ass real, bro. So a lot of y'all gonna be able to celebrate, like, yay! These AI kids getting kicked in their ass. And they gonna still kick you in the ass in another damn. It's all with. It's all about vibe coding. Vibe coding. Just catch a vibe. Vibe coding. Just let the AI code for you. That's what they're trying to sell everybody. Anyways, it's an idea, that is. It needs to be adjustable. Look at you. It's just so damn angry, man. God damn, you gotta be around my age. Ain't no way this fool like in his 20s. You gotta be around our age. DJ Scratch 98, what's good? Oh man, I appreciate anybody for sliding by. I appreciate anybody. I know there's 2 people on Twitch. Big shout out to Twitch gang. They probably shy. Someone just swimming in like, what the fuck? I thought I was gonna see you some beat making. Get the beat making, motherfucker. I got people that just tell me whatever. Shut up and dribble. Dead ass. What the fuck? They did it for the X. Well, if you think about it, when it comes, it's not gonna make sense to you. But it makes sense economically for a company. And if you understood it, that, then you'll see just by looking at past MPC products, bro, you're not paying $700 and getting a fucking tilt screen. That don't make no sense. That don't make sense. that's and for anybody that's holding on to that dream, just remember, like the first two MPCs, Roger Lynn, they had tilt screens. No mugs cost too. That's why the TR 1000 gang is they're flexing. They're like, yeah, our shit is the best because it costs $3,000. Build quality. There's no way they put in converters that are inferior. And you know what? I love that for him. That shit don't got a tilt screen though. I'm petty, but they've been cooking though. I love that for him, and that shit is not like trash. There's one thing I was just shocked by that goddamn price. Holy, that price was. I was like, damn, I don't know, dog. I need a little bit more, man. Hey, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I represent the average consumer, I guess. You know, that is a different kind of piece. They reached their audience for that one. Hopefully their audience, all of their audience that is, can respond with beats that actually sound like it comes out of that machine. I'm just saying. Like that shit, that is killer. It's a killer price. And they are fighting each other tooth and nail in that comment section. I'm like, what the hell? I'm out. It don't got too real. It don't got too real in that comment section. I have never in my life seen grown ass men, 30 and up, argue so much about the dumbest shit. Woo. Wow. Wow. What's going on, Chuck? Anyway, so we're going to have a lot of chuckles in a second here. So I saw a video hold on, let me not lie. Around this time of the year, you know that Apple comes out with their new MacBook and the M5 is here. 10 cores of power. They're killing the game. Well, I'm going to check out this review and then I'm going to weigh in if it's good enough for music production. Spoiler alert, it is, but there might be more to that plot.
Launch, but there was no launch event or announcement video. It was just a website update where 3 existing products had been updated to this new chip. And it's just the base M5 chip. There's no M5 Max or M5 Pro. Those will probably come in the next year. This is just a chip drop of 3 new products or 3 existing products.
So keyword there, chip drop. So I'm expecting that not much has changed, but you know, one thing I have to give Apple, when I bought that M1 and I paid what? I think $800, which is unheard of for an Apple product, and an actual laptop, the Air series, which is like the throw-off series, the throwaway series. They all right, now we introduce you in it. Could you spend $3K? That type shit.
14-inch MacBook Pro, the iPad Pro, as well as the Vision Pro.
I want that mug so freaking bad. It's burning my soul. I know that right there, dog, with that new chip, will go crazy with those apps.
This is the new Vision Pro Generation 2 with the double knit strap.
I'll pass. When I saw that video where, I don't know, what was that? That type shit video. I love that song. But when homie was sitting there rocking that shit like it was just like, you know, fashion, that did it for me. I no longer had any curiosity.
Now, this chip is supposed to be really
sorry.
damn good, according to Apple. The year-on-year gains have been very significant. The M1 was already really good, but with M5, we now have over double the performance of M1, and we now have the fastest single core we've seen in the industry.
Oh, hold up, man. I got to get back to the stats here. So they're comparing, this is how they want you to compare MacBooks. They don't want you to compare it to like a actual gaming laptop. And these are all favorable biased numbers. I'm just letting you know. And he knows that. And, you know, I watch him for a reason, because I get what it means to be in this industry, dude. You just can't really just fly off the hammer like that and not see, you know, some people ain't going to knock their money. But there are vast improvements in this right here. So the M1, that's their whatever CPU. And the M2, and you can see the numbers. Now, I'm just looking at this chart. Oh my God, this chart is deceptive. Because I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, this is the progressive side of it. But no. Single core, multi-core. Yeah, single core performance. These are all good numbers. I mean, the average person would just say, hey, you know what? I believe it because everybody gets Apple. Ain't nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Apple. The year-on-year gains have been very significant. The M1 was already really good, but with M5, we now have over double the performance of M1, and we now have the fastest single core we've seen in the industry. And
do you think he's going to compare that to a gaming laptop or, you know, like a Windows gaming laptop? I don't think so, but we'll see.
It's all done in the same power envelope. And the thing I find interesting and just funny is that if this was any other company, like imagine Intel or Qualcomm came out with this new chip and it was the fastest single core performance we've seen in the industry, there'd be billboards of like Intel congratulating themselves as to how amazing they were. Like there was a time in 2015, just when I started YouTube, when Intel put out these brand new chips year after year. It was like, I think it was Skylake, and then KB Lake, and then Coffee Lake, and then Coffee Lake R. And it was like year after year of 5 to 7% improvement a year. And they were like, we are so.
Oh, I get what he's doing. Oh my goodness. This is the highest level. This is fourth eye sarcasm.
Good. Look at our brand new chip. It is 5% better. And they would make a big deal out of it. And for Apple to drop this, a 15% CPU bump and a 30% GPU bump, and to only do a website update, it's like Apple's bored of winning. Now, I think for Apple,
maybe not.
They recognize that I'm sure they'd love to sell millions of these, and I'm sure they'd love to advertise it like crazy and try to con people into buying the new one. But I think they realize that
because what he's gonna say is what I'm going to say. I could not find them advertising that on their social media whatsoever. They just went influencer first. So that is telling in itself, hey, you guys sell this shit.
Because Apple Silicon, like M1 was already so good, not a lot of people are actually looking to upgrade from previous generations of Apple Silicon. But the M5 is really good. It's faster than the M4 in a bunch of scenarios. Some more substantial than others. And I think a lot of that bump comes from the higher memory bandwidth. The M5 has like 25% higher memory bandwidth than the M4 base. And you also see some nice performance gains in GPU bound tasks. So like gaming is faster, 3D apps are faster. It's very...
Was he playing Cyberpunk 2077, which came out in 2020? Nigga, you gonna have to play something more current. You gonna have to play Marvel Rivals or something. That's the only way I'm gonna believe that thing is hitting. Yes, Cyberpunk 2077 was killing many PlayStations, but it damn sure wasn't killing no PCs unless you had like one of the worst graphic cards in the world, and I happen to be a part of that crew. But it played better than what it was on the PlayStation.
Program specific though. Not every app sees massive performance gains, but the biggest and most noticeable improvement is with AI workflows. So Macs have become quite popular over recent years because of the energy efficiency and also cost efficiency of certain Mac computers. And This M5 chip is quite good for certain local AI workflows, but it only gets up to 32 gigs of RAM. So if you want something more capable, you have to go for a different kind of chip. The SSD is faster on the M5 MacBook Pros, and faster drives always help with performance. A couple notes on the connections. It's still Wi-Fi 6E, not Wi-Fi 7, and also the 3 USB-C ports, they are Thunderbolt 4. The MacBook Pros with M4 Pro and M4 Max chips support Thunderbolt 5, but most people do not need that.
Now that when it comes to IO, obviously a lot of the companies that you see, especially in our space, most importantly, because the whole entire point of me even reacting to this is it good enough for music production? Again, the answer is yes. And one of the biggest reasons happens to be connectivity, dude. Like having more bandwidth for more data packets to move through means lower latency, and Thunderbolt definitely has the lowest latency. I talked about this years ago, and then I got attacked by the brigade of know-it-alls. On the PC, I got attacked by those folks, and I was just like, you know what? Y'all win that argument. I'm gonna tell you right now, on my platform, if you're doing nothing but music, dog, there's no better computer than the MacBook, or if we're talking about laptops. If you're going to buy a gaming laptop, the biggest issue that you will have is overheating. And that's because of the dedicated GPU. That dedicated GPU is going to have those heat sinks jumping for everything. It's going to bloat your battery. And yes, there are ways to change that in the settings. On my Lenovo Legion Wi-Fi 40, dude, I wasn't going to do all that. Who cares? Why? Why do I say this? Because my MacBook Air M1 already does that in the proprietary OS. And that's another plus. When we're talking about minimalism, simplicity, those things matter. And that's where MacBooks, they kick Windows, laptops, computers in the ass. But after that, though, we're talking about streaming and all this other stuff. They do not. It's not a good look. Many have challenged, many have failed. And there's a specific reason for that too.
That type of connectivity. Now, if you're interested in buying, like the first rule about buying MacBooks.
Yeah, you're definitely not playing Borderlands 4. Like the PC, like Windows gang ain't even playing Borderlands 4 like that. Cause boy, I ain't gonna say like a 5090, but goddamn, you definitely need a graphic card that costs more than freaking $300. We're talking about $1,000 at least for you to get like maximum joy out of your experience. And that's why, that's where MacBooks are never going to shine. They're just not going to shine in that direction. And then if you want to go that route and you're trying to be a content creator, that's even just, it's okay in the sense that one, AirDrop is a thing. So that means that you can record with your iPhone. Two, you can pair your iPhone with your MacBook, and that makes everything much better. And then three, you could just buy another computer and just use that as your streaming computer, and then, have your MacBook or whatever. I'll be demonstrating that too. But yeah, dog.
I've said this in multiple videos. It's like, if you're someone who's upgrading every year, you're doing it wrong. Like 100% do not upgrade MacBooks yearly. That's just crazy. But the second thing,
I agree,
is that if you're on the fence of like, you have a certain budget and you're deciding between more RAM or more storage or more like chip or GPU.
And this is where Apple gets everybody, boy. Look at the price jump. I mean, 4 terabytes, let's be real. 4 terabytes right now, it depending on who it is common. But if we're talking about in this world right here, where you get the MacBook and you're paying X amount of money or whatever, then you got to add, because, I'm going to tell you right now, you can get you a desktop computer that has 32 gigs of RAM, because that's what that is. That's what they're talking about as far as unified memory. It's their way of kind of dressing up the talk there. Anyways, you could do that. More common, about 2 terabytes. You know what I'm saying? 1 terabyte, I believe, will be the more common side of computing. If you was to buy a new computer, dude, 1 terabyte, they don't mind that. 2 terabytes, then it gets a little pricier. And here, they just, this is where they make a lot of their profit on their computers. Like, they definitely don't want to sell these base models, dude. They're not really making much off of it. But if they sell that 4 terabyte, dude, what the fuck? 1,200? God damn. Like, why? How can they do this? It's an EBT apocalypse out here. Damn.
I would always err on the side of like RAM. It's very rarely that you will be CPU or GPU bound and you're just like, I can't do my work because I just don't have a strong enough chip. Like it's so rare that that's the case. If you're uncertain and you have the budget, I would always lean more towards RAM. The third thing, right now, if you're interested in...
That is true, because you can always buy an external, but you definitely want your main hard drive to kind of carry some kind of weight. I honestly think 2 terabytes is a little safer than just having 1 terabyte or 100. I mean, damn, not 100, but 512 gigabytes. Come on, bro. That's like a couple of videos.
Buying a MacBook Pro or a MacBook, I would aim for like M2, M3 products. Like that's where you get the biggest discounts for what I would think would be the most. It's that.
Are they
sweet spot of,
discounted
like,
though?
Price to performance. The M5 stuff, like it is the most expensive, and for most users, you're not going to see significant gains unless.
And look, real talk. My brother. But real talk, these are actually good prices. To be fair, get all things given, how Apple does things, these are fair prices. Look at this, dude. You're paying $2,000, 1 terabyte, 24, 10 cores of CPU. And by the way, I have a desktop computer right now, a little pre-build. I have 28 cores. I have 28 cores. 28 cores. And this is why I would not recommend any laptop for anything else if all you're doing is music production. I'm being so serious. Don't ever think that you're going to do this right here. Dude, I am downsampling 4K video real time into OBS to do 1080p 60 frames. Nah, bruh. You're not going to do that on no MacBook. They're not designed in that manner, by the way.
You're doing a lot of local AI. Okay,
Dude, I can only... Ooh. Damn, he made the point. Now that I think about it, bro, you need a pretty good GPU to do a lot of the artificial intelligence stuff that's coming down the pipeline. You're going to really have to invest in your computer, and that makes it harder for people to really get into that on a MacBook. Dog, come on. But if you are trying to dive into artificial intelligence, mind you, even though it's like kind of being forced upon us, that's why they're coming up with things like vibe coding. Bruh, I kid you not.
iPad Pro. So this is the 13.3 inch device that I have here. This also got the new M5 chip, and you get faster performance in apps and games.
Oh my God, that shit looks so crispy. Oof.
You get more consistent frame rates in games because you don't have to work as hard to be able to get those high frame rates with the more powerful chip. You get higher memory bandwidth on the M5 iPad.
I definitely think the iPads are so worth it. I think the iPads are worth the money. Whatever it costs, they are worth it. I don't care.
iPad Pro, you get more RAM, you get 12 gigs on the lower tier storage, 16 gigs if you go for the higher tier storage units. You also get faster storage than before, 120 hertz display out from the Thunderbolt port. You get Wi-Fi 7, you get fast charging. The faster charging is actually very noticeable when you compare it to the M4 iPad Pro. But I, for one, never found any of the modern iPads to be lacking in performance. Like ever since like M1 and up, it's just like, they're so fast. Like there's nothing that I do that could ever stress these things out beyond. But if you are a performance fiend and you
the MPC and the Logic app will go crazy.
Edit videos or do music production from your tablet, the M5 product is now available. All right, lastly, the Vision Pro product. So this has also been updated to M5.
Now, I don't really care about that, but what I do care about is the prices. No disrespect to him. Let's go ahead and see that. So give me a seckie. All right. What's going on, MJ? Blaze University, Universal. What's good? Yeah, yeah. Gaming on a MacBook it will become a thing eventually, but they'll be playing games that like the Windows game will already have played. Yo, that is the only thing. I don't think they're ever gonna do that. By the way, I don't think they're ever going to change that aspect. You know what I'm saying? That will never be their focus, because then they will have to work on things in terms of the mechanical engineering side. The heat sink. That's the problem that Windows computers, laptops, or whatnot suffer from, is ventilation and stuff like that, and regulation of the ventilation, emancipation. But anyways, so I want to see these prices here. That's not what I had. Oh, okay, there we go. I'll move this out the way. Yeah, bro. Look at that. So when you go to the website right here, I have it linked in the description box, because I know I have MacBook gang that y'all represent heavy. You know what I'm saying? And it is a thing. So you get a whopping 10 cores of CPU, a whopping 10 cores of GPU, and a whopping 16 gigabytes unified memory, all for the low price of $1,600. How do you feel about that, chat? How do you feel about that? And what else do they list here? 16 cores of neural engine, 14-inch, liquid retina XDR display. Their display, I ain't gonna hold you, that their display look good. All their displays look really good, and that is something I ain't gonna see. I'm not that much of a hater. 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports. 3? Well, I guess. Then you will need one for power. All right. HDMI port. Oh, okay. SD. So they care about the DSLR people. I'm just saying, they care about y'all guys. A headphone jack. They care about the audio files a little bit. You know, it depends on what the preamp sounds like. And I can guess you will need something like 32 ohms to be driven. But who needs that? Who needs accuracy when you have Bluetooth, right? Bluetooth is very accurate. We all know that. Magic keyboard with Touch ID. Now that's cool. I ain't gonna hold you. I do like using Touch ID than typing shit in all the time. Force touch trackpad. Trackpad's cool. Yeah, you have to get used to it if you're switching over. And then Apple Intelligence, because we gotta sell you AI too, right? But at maximum, you're gonna pay like $2,000, and you get at least this deal right here. I think that's a pretty good deal for $2,000 if we're talking about Apple. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about Apple, you know what I'm saying, and inflation, Apple inflation, it doesn't seem like that's happening here. No Apple inflation. We already know that Apple inflation is a thing, and I don't see that. But it's not bad though. Not bad deal. So if you was to get a 16-inch though, because we got to do that. You get 14 core CPU, 20 core GPU, 24 gigabytes of unified memory, and 512 gigabytes of SSD storage. SSD. But the lower end price is $2,500 to the higher end price being $3,500. And then the difference here is that they give you 36 gigs of unified memory. Now we're talking. It depends on the bandwidth of the virtual RAM or the virtual memory. My bad. And then 1 terabyte. That is wow. Yeah, I agree. It is terrible. That is a terrible deal. Oh Lord, they got one hitting at the bottom. Whoa, what we talking about? 16 cores, 40 cores, 48 gig. Okay. And still 1 terabyte of SSD storage. And you don't know what that SSD is. You don't know what the actual speeds on that SSD. That is one thing that you have. They will slip that on you. They're going to try to save as much money as possible. And it is 4 bands. 4 bands. Read it and weep. Broke boys, get the hell up out of here. No broke boys, no broke gals here. You mean serious business if you get this, and you can actually upgrade it some more, I think. And you get space black and silver. Why not space gray? What happened? Well, I guess space black is the new space gray. All right. Okay, then. And we're not going to read none of this other stuff. But I'm curious. Who's going to run out there and get that M5 MacBook? I definitely want to hear from you guys. Chat, let me know. I'm going to tell you like this. All seriousness, if I wasn't a brokey, I would definitely have one of these. I would probably spend the 4 bands. If I wasn't a brokey, I would do that. Absolutely. Do I need to do that as a brokey? Hell no. Hell no. I can get maximum performance out of this computer I have in front of me. And it's only 1600, and the link's in the description box. That's my shield. That is my shield right there. But truth be told, whole time, you know how I rock. I likes my shit. And it rocks. Outside of the GPU. The GPU is a 5060. Not the greatest. But, you know, if I can spin a band on that, then I'll be more than prepared to have 500 frames per second. And I think you might have to spend more than. But the point of the matter is, if you are going to get a laptop, if I was to recommend a laptop, I would definitely recommend a MacBook if we were talking about music production. If we're just talking about just straight up music production, you're not filming or anything like that, doing live streams, because live streaming will stress the hell out of your computer. You will find out many things about your computer once you start live streaming like this. That's the truth teller right there. Because when you want to start opening up applications and all this other stuff. But I think the biggest recommendation I can tell you is just, bro, like if you want to get a MacBook and then you still want to have your desktop computer be PC, bro, that's cool too. Because there's some really dope software for it. But the major thing, bruh, gotta be that iPad. On everything that I love, that iPad looks like it rocks the world. And there's a lot of apps on the iPad. And that's the other thing. It's like there's great developers and they do some really sick stuff for real. And yeah, I think that's more worth it, in my opinion. Who knows? We'll see. So you have a MacBook Air M4, 24 gigs. You love it. I agree. I mean, I agree. It's crazy. I respect that. I respect that. I'm not even knocking you for having anything MacBook after their Intel processor. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like their Intel processor MacBooks are ass cheeks. There it is, just cheeks, bro. We're just gonna have to deal with that. Let's see. Apple's board of winning, so I gotta pull up Keystep. Keystep 2. We're definitely going to watch Arturia's joint. Luke Pop has a video and he's kicking everybody's ass. That's a fact. I'm looking at the numbers. Whoopies. It's not even close. But hey, but if you got it, you're getting to the money. And now I'm talking jargon that y'all won't even know what I'm talking about. Say you bought your MacBook Mini M1 for $388. Damn. Said raise the job wages. Oh yeah, facts. Raise the job wages, bruh. Give us back our jobs. What you mean? Who isn't losing their job these days? Holy crap. This is happening and we're just sitting there like, huh? Dog, it's crazy. That's crazy. This is pure crazy. Nah, man. They play with everybody. They play with a lot of people there. Ooh. Government shutdown, boy. How y'all, boy? Shit. Me and Shorty was talking, and she was like, "Hey, I need to get up out of here." Real talk. End of empires for sure. This thing is crumbling. It's crumbling. That man Donald Trump said he going on a help me tour. Help! Help! Said you bought MPC Shorty bought him a TR-1000. He said he's straight out here. Said you ain't worried about nobody else but yourself. Boy, you gonna have plenty of time with it. The shit keep on getting worse. Shit, you gonna be in a bunker making beats. You gonna be in a bunker making beats. Or you gonna be hitting people over the head with it, talking about some, yeah, it's a real sturdy sampler, man. Analog. We're gonna be in a real life purge, and this man's talking about how he bought came in here and flexed about only on the internet. This world is crazy, bro. Anyways, we're gonna keep this thing going because it's 9:14. You know what I'm saying? So Arturia just dropped the Keystep 2. I just want to check it out. I've been reacting to a lot of new gear, new things, and it seems like y'all are interested in it, and I'm interested in making y'all asses laugh. So we're going to see if it's funny or if it's real big dog business.
Hi, it's Brendan here, and in this video I'm happy to walk you through the Keystep Mark II. Throughout the video we'll learn about its features and see it in action. Let's dive in. The Keystep Mark II is the ultimate compact controller and sequencer for hybrid setups. With a 32-note slim key keyboard, an 8-voice polyphonic sequencer, and deep connectivity via the CV gate, MIDI DIN, and the USB-C, it allows you to...
I just want to know how many of y'all understood what he was talking about. How many of y'all? Just let me know, chat. I want to know if y'all understood a single thing this man was talking about. And I bet someone's going to leave a comment later talking about some, do you understand it? You know, I got it's always one of those well, actually people, you know what I'm talking about? I love y'all, by the way. If you are well, actually, you're more than welcome over here. Come to a live stream.
Spark ideas in your DAW, pilot any synth, or patch modular gear without breaking your flow. The Keystep Mark II is more than just keys. It's a sequencer, arpeggiator, a musical nerve center that bridges...
Yeah. This was one of those legit keyboards that I got. I still have my first Keystep only because I can't sell it. Man, I would literally have to sell that for like 10. I have to give that shit away. I ain't gonna even hold you. It's nothing like it's garbage. I'm not saying it's garbage or anything like that because I know someone's gonna get upset. They're like, oh, well, he's only saying that because he doesn't mess with modular gear, head ass. And no, it's just the value of it is next to none just because people ain't trying to buy that.
It's hardware and software, so you can compose, jam, and perform anywhere your ideas take you. Its generative features help you come up with fresh
ideas.
Always
love those. I always love that.
The display and 64 sequencer patterns enhance your workflow and expand your library of ideas. Let's start with
it's got the tiny screen. Do we have any tiny screen people that's going to scream about a tiny screen on a MIDI keyboard?
Quick overview.
It looks good. Actually, for a tiny screen,
the first 4 buttons on the left give access to the sequencer, arpeggiator, and mutator.
Boy, he got that smoker fingernail, dog. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that? He got that smoker fingernail. I knows the fingernail.
And chord mode. The next set of 4 buttons are
right there, bro. That's that smoker finger. That's this is my finger I prefer to break my blunts with.
Timing menu, record, stop, and play. Tempo, overdub, MIDI channels, and pattern chaining are shift functions. Next to them, there's a display where you can access global settings, as well as the settings for the sequencer, arpeggiator, and chord mode. Below the top row of buttons, there's a high-quality keyboard with 32 slim keys, giving you 2.5 octaves. Above the keys, there are extra functions marked in blue, accessible via the Shift button. These include banks of sequences and ARP octaves.
Definitely breaks blunts with his damn index finger. Definitely.
Sequencer patterns,
you're not fooling me,
mode,
bucko.
rate, and sequencer editing functions. Finally, there's a hold button to latch the keys, as well as octave, minus, and plus buttons above the pitch bend and mod sliders, which also act as gate and spice modulators. Keystep Mark II features a 64-step sequencer with the 64 sequencer patterns, as well as 8 voice polyphony per step. This gives you plenty of room to work with. You can create sequences either by step recording or real-time recording. To step record, simply press the record button whilst the sequencer is stopped, then input some notes. Whilst you're done, press play to hear your sequence.
Yeah, I think the biggest hold on. I think the biggest thing that just turned me off about the original Keystep, even though I got used to it and trying to figure it out, and it's just me in my sense. I don't think it was a bad product at all. Obviously, not, because I bought it. But yeah, when it came to doing step sequences, and I see the tie-in with the screen, then you know how to do the steps and stuff like that. It's real competitor happens to be the MPC key, well, not MPC key, but the MPK. Damn, I can't even think of the name of it. Whoo, can't sell that shit. But the MPK series, not the MPK Mini 4, but the MPK Mini Plus. It had all the additional I/O that, you know, if you was coming from Arturia and you just wanted to try something out different, it was on that level. And that was a good
Real-time
on
recording mode lets you input notes whilst playback is on. You can either press record, then play, or press play first and then record, followed by inputting some notes. The display shows a visual metronome to help you navigate the sequence and ensure good timing. A new recording will erase the existing sequence, unless you're...
Oh, that's very MPC-esque. Like that. I like that. I like it a lot.
...in overdub mode. To enter it, press Shift plus Record. This allows you to add new notes to the existing sequence.
Okay. And I like how subtle their quantizing is. I'm sure that there's just a way where you can loosen up the grid or whatnot. And that's why these things sold like they did, boy. That's why they sold like they did. Let's go ahead to this
change
new tape.
Or hold it for longer to create more drastic variations.
So basically, that's like their general AI basic type stuff. I know people getting tired of hearing the word AI and all this other stuff, but eventually people gonna have what they call that AI fatigue. Yeah, they're gonna have AI fatigue. We should be there now. All right,
and within the scale of your choice, press Shift and Chord to enter the scale menu. Here you can define the scale and root note globally or per pattern.
So you can lock in scales. That's good.
Another feature that works well with scale lock is chord mode, which allows you to play chords with just one finger. To create your own chord, press and hold chord, then play the note that makes up your chord. Now, simply play it back with one finger like this.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, I like that because that's more thing. I can't think of the keyboard. Someone in the chat, just tell me, because there was like, I think it's like a rolling keyboard where you could do that. The only issue with that, and that's an old school house technique, by the way, too. They used to build their chords by doing something similar on the keyboard. You know, I need one of my old Woski heads to break that down for the chat. But yeah, dude. The only problem with that, and there's only like one keyboard I think by that modern times is I think it's the Phantom, where you can actually press like one key and it'll play the natural chord progression similar to like how the MPC does on the pads. But man, it's there. It's there. And then you can lock in the scale, so that's cool.
You can.
And then
there are 16 in
these
total.
are arpeggio, so you got arpeggiator.
Classic playback directions: up, down, up and down, random, order, and poly.
Oh, you can do that on the Hydrosynth. Oh, that's cool.
Each mode is displayed on screen as you activate it.
Cool. I like this presentation. One thing I like about Arturia, they are very chill, and I really rock with Arturia on a lot of stuff, man. Arturia is a great company for sure.
Sequence
they be on their shit.
Record, count.
So let's go ahead and check out the price. I got to pull it up on the website or whatnot. We're gonna see, no spoilers. I'm not looking in the chat because y'all be spoiling stuff, and I don't like that, man. Y'all be spoiling stuff. Oh, Keystep. Mark II. Okay then. Wow, no way. So I found it on Sweetwater. It is $139, so $140. That's not a bad price. They're talking about pre-order, so they want you to make sure. They want to make sure they ain't making too many of these things, boy. I hear that. In this current climate, you can't be wasting no money. Budget that mug out, bruh. Pre-order that shit. You like it. But anyways, other than that, that's not a bad price. I definitely want to hear from you guys how y'all feel about that, man. I don't necessarily have feelings for this. I just think it's a good product. I've tried out. I spent money on that in the past. Arturia is an actual good company. They do a good job from both the software and the hardware side. And they are one of the OGs of the budget gear / good gear, analog gear, affordable prices and all that. I have a Arturia, bro. Like, I have a Arturia Audio Fuse Studio. I've had this over here since 2019. Dude, it's still rocking. I ain't had no problems out of it. It's actually hard to replace because of how many I/O it has. And then, I'm on the PC anyways. There are some good choices of audio interfaces, but this one happens to be the primo choice, in my opinion. But yeah, I stand by their gear. I love a lot of their software too. And I'm glad that they always are stepping their game up. And boy, if they ever make a sampler. Oh man, if they make a sampler, bro, they probably do a good job. Real talk. I'm just saying, you have been warned. Yeah, that's it for that. But what else do we got? Give me a seckie. I gotta look. Oh yeah. Andrew Wang. I want to check out Andrew Wang. So yeah, big shout out to all the people that's watching over there on Twitch. We got 2 dedicated people. I greatly appreciate you for sliding by and being who you is, chilling and quiet. And big shout out to all the people, 72 people over here on YouTube, because we are dual streaming. I don't know if IG is gonna ever catch one of these, or maybe I can set it up to where I can react on IG and shit like that. But it's like, damn, I need a lot more shit to react to and make beats. I'm always gonna make beats on IG. That's not a problem. But yeah. Oh yeah, appreciate it. The audio's good. God bless. Yeah. Said the Hydrosynth. Yeah, when I look at the Hydrosynth, I think it's a good synthesizer. Real talk. I think it's one of the most slept on, to be fair. Like, Hydrosynth stuff is actually good as hell. Like, in a real way. Not bad priced either. I mean, I think this is worth close to about $800. To be fair, look, and they got they have a $650 No way. Is in that okay? No. What? Huh? I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Oh, that's open box. Damn, $759 though. I always wanted one of these. I'm a knob turner. Like real knobs. I'm too bougie for VST plugins. I'm too bougie for them. Nah, I still love VST plugins, man. And then the fact that, you know, iOS can actually be incorporated into something now, that's just crazy. I appreciate that you reported the bots over there on Twitch. Twitch is wild with those. Only the Funk said he has AI fatigue. Man, I'm telling you right now, the way it's going, and I don't know if y'all know, I think I laid mention to that to my reaction video, or when I was watching DJ Pain 1's video the other day. Dude, there's AI songs that's on the Billboard charts. I don't think anybody's paying attention to it, or they don't know how severe this AI shit is, bro. Like it ain't just oops, I didn't mean to pull that up. Oh, you know what? Oh, damn. Now that I think about it, I wonder if you could do that on okay. Yeah. Give me a sec, gang. I play out some music or something. I'm looking at some shit. I ain't looking to spend no money. I know that. But this hookah be hitting, boy. I'm gonna catch up with the chat anyways. I see y'all talking and whatnot. Man said that the HydraSynth MPE plays well with the MPC. That's cool. That's good to know. I don't even know. I didn't know that the HydraSynth had MPE or whatever. I don't necessarily care, but it's good to know. It's good to know though. Damn. But I will say that company is slept on very hard. The last time I checked, I think I took a picture with Flux too. I took a picture with Flux. Flux was over there doing this thing, and then the other guy that used to be over there with Electron, he was over there too. Interesting. It was at like NAMM. ASM. Oh, let me look. I'm sitting there looking at this shit. I don't know, man. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I'm gonna ask y'all a serious question. I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna run a poll. I'm gonna run a poll. Let's have some fun here. Let's have some fun. Let's get some poll music. Pause. Or actually, no pause on that. That ain't no. How do you run polls? What the fuck? I don't know how to run a poll anymore. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna ask y'all a serious question. Should I show off the bugs in the MPC software? And the reason why I'm going to ask y'all this question is simply this. And this ain't poll music, bro. This ain't poll music. We got to get back to the gutter, man. back to this. I'm feeling this. Fuck that. Start poll. There we go. I'm getting used to how YouTube is, you know, a lot has changed, bro. You know, I took one of those mean ass breaks, bro, where I want to know. Vote. Yes, no. Yes, no. Pardon. All right. I'm gonna show this shit off, goddammit. And the reason why I'm gonna do this. All right, so the reason why I'm conducting this poll, right? I'm conducting this poll, and I'm gonna let y'all vote a little bit more. I'm conducting this poll because I want when people get to complaining and talking about, oh well, all he's doing is hating and get to making all these excuses. You know how they do. Before all that, I'm making it so that, look, I let my community decide because y'all represent me, basically, right? Y'all purchase stuff. Y'all like what I like. We share a lot of common things. That's why you always get to rocking with a content creator in the first place. So we all dying together on this one. We all dying together on this one. If you die, you die. We are all rocking. So when I end this poll, I took a poll to show that people wanted me to talk about the MPC software. I'm ending the poll now. It was like 86% yes. It's right here, bottom left side of the screen. It was only 14% no, 86% said yes. There's only 14 people that voted too. I just noticed that too. That's cool. But I'm telling you, people want me to talk about that. Right. And the main reason why people want me to talk about stuff like this is because I am the voice. And did I make this choice? No, I did not. Do I have what they call this shit these days? They call it main character syndrome. Do I have main character syndrome? Hell no. Hell no. I honestly, truth be told, I don't even really rock with this internet shit the way people be acting now. I don't even really rock with the internet like that. People clout chase too hard. And they make it really easy to clout chase. All I care about is showing you guys tutorials and all this other stuff. And the main reason why I'm doing this poll and the main reason why I have to do this video is because people need to see. They need to see so that change can happen. Because it's been like this for a while, the whole time. And even the MPC 3.0 beats, the MPC 3.0 software, bare minimum, dog. I'm just going to keep it real. Bare minimum at this point. I appreciate them slapping a new coat of paint on the UI and all that. Some of the functionality makes sense to the MPC software right now, or the MPC OS in standalone. But there are things that are missing, like the arranger and like, what are you doing? And it's been how many months now? It's been how many months, man? We're waiting. Hello. I'm not trying to pick on. And first of all, how in the world could any consumer be considered picking on? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a consumer. I enjoy this stuff. I don't hate it. I don't look for reasons to talk negative about stuff. I really don't. But when it does come, though, people act as if that's the whole entire spiel. Like, that's the whole entire spiel of what I got going on over here. I don't need that kind of energy, dog. I like to teach. But it's hard to teach when the tools that I teach with don't work. That's what I'm saying. I'm not putting on any theatrics here. I don't complain about this for years. I've been quiet about it for years, too, because of certain things that go on behind the scenes. But, and we're going to get into that in the video too, because once I talk about that, boy, it's going to be skating on thin ice. It is what it is. I guess this 2016 is just going to be the year of the crash out. The real talk. But y'all said what y'all said. We standing on business together. We ride together. We die together. Bad boys for life. Damn. Corny as hell, but I'm just saying. Let me see. What we hour 9:38 though is out. Hey, look, I've been going to bed early, man. I ain't gonna even hold you. It feels good to wake up early as hell in the morning around like 5, 6, sometimes even at 4. I don't turn into a full official old man over this bitch. You feel me? But at the same time, it feels good. See, I know right now it's like what 10:30. I'm guessing it's 10:30 a.m. in Japan, bruh. Your boy is doing damn thing. He's trying to, at least. I'm trying my best. And you know, I can wake up and be able to talk to people all over the world, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not trying to be controversial for no reason at all. Like, I'm not rage baiting or anything like that. That's not my type of style. Now, I will fight back, absolutely. Because who likes to be bullied? You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep it real with you. If I was to really talk about certain situations, dog, people would be like, man, dog, they played you. You was being bullied, man. Like, dog, they're doing you foul. Real talk. That's why certain people in this community are absent that used to be in the past. I noticed that. And I'm like, huh, interesting. But anywho, Law and Order. Grown folk, y'all, look, I ain't even hold you. I'm a slide. I appreciate everybody for coming out.